Guys, we just thought it was important, whilst it's probably not a huge news story and probably won't be that surprising. We really wanted to announce Nathan Jones as our captain for next year. I think just for the stability of the footy club, Peter Jackson re-signing is really important, but to have another key stakeholder in place this early in the season I think is important for us, for clubs, certainly important for the players to know where the direction of the leadership is from a playing point of view. And we believe Nathan's developed into a fantastic captain. Just to see the transition, I suppose, and every player goes through it. You want to get a game, and by Nathan's own admission, you worry when you first get a game, and then I suppose you look after yourself, and somewhat every player becomes selfish and looks after themselves and tries to get a kick and all that sort of stuff. But to see the evolution of Nathan now into a selfless player and really driving the team and driving the standards has been a pleasure to watch. So really today is just about Nathan and making that announcement for the Melbourne supporters.
Roos, no disrespect to the rest of your leadership group, but it's a bit of a no-brainer.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's something, and we wanted to get it done early because the players have so much respect for Nathan. Personally, I've got a great relationship with him, as the other coaches do. So it's great to have a captain that can drive your message, understands your message. So we feel it's really important. The rest of the leadership group, what we feel we'll do now is give the players an opportunity to, I don't know so much compete for it, but we probably won't announce that until after the second week of the NAB Cup. We've got a camp in Mooloolaba, and then announce that later on. But to have the captain in place driving the standard is really important for us.
How open could that leadership group be? Could some of you guys at the club theoretically be in there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's the right reason we want to give it a bit of time. There's obviously been a lot of changes over the club over the last 2 years since I've been here. So to have Nathan as captain gives us that immediate stability. But look, it will be open, and I think that's the reason we want to give it a fair bit of time to give players. Because what tends to happen is, with all due respect, the players that train really well, you don't play, so they're the ones that tend to get voted in the leadership group, and they're normally the right guys, but we want to open it up to game day because clearly that's an area we really need to continue improving. We've got some really good off-field standards, but on-field is an area we certainly need to get better at.
Will you be as bold as putting finals on the agenda?
Well, I think it's a club thing. I think there's a point where, as a club, you got to start to talk about it. As a coach, you don't get focused on it. To be honest, what you try to do is train, prepare well, and if you win enough games, you play finals. But I think, I think as a club, at some point you've got to talk about it. You've got to talk to your players about it. Whether we're at that level yet, we'll find out next year.
On paper, do you believe your list is where it's needs to be?
We're certainly moving in the right direction. I think the acknowledgement of where our list is going, where it's been and where it's going is really positive. But I think Melbourne fans know it's fine having a great list, but and young kids coming in, but if you can't coach them and develop them and teach them, then they don't go too far. So that's my job over the next 12 months, and I'm really excited to be part of that, but also with Simon and the coaches, Brendan McCart, Brendan heading up the development team, which is really important. So look, we've got to turn them into good players. That's the main role now of the coaching group.
With Simon coming in for the NAB Cup, did you negotiate the extra break, or were you there helping him out? How does that work?
No, look, it's not. I think people can make too much out of it. It happens at all clubs, particularly, I don't think normally the first couple of years when you're in as a new coach, you're always coaching, but I would suggest most coaches that have been there a number of years let their assistants, because it's a great learning tool for, I'll be there and in the box or on the bench or somewhere, but it is a great learning opportunity that you tend to give to your coaches, and there'll be other things that we'll do with Simon over the course of the year, which was not unlike what I did with John at Sydney. So having been through it, it's pretty uncomplicated for me.
How are you, Travis?
Will you hand over some of your matchday responsibilities during the home and away season to Simon in preparation for that handover?
It's probably something we haven't spoken about. Look, I'll be coaching till the end of the year. I think we need to make that really clear. But there is some really good opportunities that will present themselves. NAB Cup we've spoken about. In season will probably be more about what's best for the team. Where will I sit? What should Simon do? What's his role on game day and things like that. So whilst it might help his transition, certainly next year's about us winning games of footy and being the best team we possibly can be.